Hi, diddly ho, neighborinos, and welcome into the QB List Fantasy Football Podcast. Did we get that double, or was that just me that got it in the night year? It's because I had YouTube still up. That's why. And I got it about 5 seconds after I got it, and actually, I'm glad I did because that helped me realize that my mic is the wrong mic. So let's see if I can get more sultry voice. How's that? Is that better?
Ooh, yeah, sultry.
Ooh,
Did I dial a 1-800 hotline?
What's that?
Right. How much do you charge by the minute?
We're not live, right? We're just gonna restart. All right. Here we go. And scene. Welcome into the QB List Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host. You would think it's my first time, Jay Felicio, here with Brett Ford and a good friend of mine, first name Frank, last name Chat, was in the draft room with us last week. I said, you know what? Why don't you come on and join us on the show? Frank, appreciate you for coming on. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you and what you're working on?
Yeah, I'm Frank in the chat on all socials. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Trade Addicts Podcast. It's a dynasty trading podcast. I dabble in some redrafts, so excited to do this today, and we'll cover more of what I'm doing later this week at the end of the show.
I think I don't know how many times. We need to find out. I've
A
been on
lot.
the show a lot, probably 6, 7
You're
times.
easily top 5, I would guess, in
you.
terms of guest appearances.
Thank you. Well done, Brett. It's so much fun to go on that show. I absolutely love it. It's you know what? As many times as I've been on there, I don't know if I've ever been with the two same hosts. I think there's always. I might have done Russ and he's gonna kill me for forgetting his name. Rocky. I love Rocky. Sorry, Rocky. I might have been on with.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
he's asleep right now.
He's watching. Okay, yeah, he actually probably is. But that being said, Brett, my friend, how are you?
Things are good, man. Day one of the NCAA tournament. I'm locked into NCAA basketball and fantasy baseball slow drafts and fantasy football mock drafts. Like it's a trifecta for me. I'm having a wonderful sports day, and I'm fine. I'm so glad we're finally out of the doldrums of February, man. February is such a drought of sports. So for us to be into March and all good things coming in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that awesome sports day was almost not for me as a Duke fan. That was a very stressful afternoon.
Ooh,
so,
boy.
yeah, and our guy Shane in the chat. Hey, see what I did there? Said, hi, Frank. I'm Shane, and I have a trading problem.
Yes,
and
he
Brett,
does.
I'm not sure if you ever listened to the as well. You don't play Dynasty, so probably not. But that's how they intro the show. They say their names. They have a trading problem. I don't know if I've ever actually said that. I always just say something random. Once I said I have a belly button. Was that this time that I said I have a belly button?
It was the time before. I don't remember what you said this past time.
I don't either, but yeah, you know me, just going a little off script. But
hi, I'm Jay, and I like turtles.
Yeah,
it might have been something like that.
Next one, I'm going to use that. Nice, thank you, Brett.
Yeah,
well done. But we are heading into getting close to drafts. I mean, I guess draft season, but it's not too far away. So we have gotten over the hump of free agency, the combine. So we've been doing these mock drafts every 2 weeks-ish, just to see where the player values have changed with all the movement. And there's been some pretty big movement this week. We've seen Jalen Waddle traded to Denver. We've seen Kyler Murray signed with last week, but with Minnesota. Those two things specifically, Frank, we'll go to you first. Let you pick which one you want to talk about. And then Brett, what's your take on the other?
Yeah, you picked both my guys. I'll take Waddle. I think in a redraft format, he's probably a round 4 pick right now. I think Sutton and Waddle do very different things in my eyes. And I think there's room in this offense for both. If you made me pick which one I like more, it's Waddle, just based on sheer talent. And I say that as an SMU grad, and Sutton's an SMU grad. I get it, but Sutton's he's a little older. He's not very efficient is the problem. He's kind of the king of touchdown regression coming his way. Him and Dallas Goedert. So I would rather have Waddle, and I think in redraft probably round 4 is where I'm comfortable.
I think that's fair. Brett, what do you think about that? And then just touch real quick on Mr. Kyler Murray.
I think the biggest thing in Denver is I'm sad for Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant, two guys that I was kind of high on as late round flyers. I think both of them showed signs of development, showed signs of reliability in that Broncos offense when they were kind of, really relied on as the wide receiver 2 or 3, depending on, who was hot that day or who Sean Payton liked better. But I just, the acquisition of Waddle makes that offense a lot better, able to do a lot more things. And I think it raises the floor of Bo Nix as well. So his draft price or draft costs will be something to watch as the offseason progresses. And as far as Kyler's concerned, I think we talked a little bit about Kyler last week. I mean, I'm most excited for Justin Jefferson. This is probably the best quarterback from a raw talent standpoint he's had in his career. You can argue Sam Darnold had a really good season in Minnesota, but I think that Kyler Murray might be more talented than Sam Darnold. I know it's a little bit of a hot take.
But what about Kirk Cousins?
You mean like the original Sam Darnold?
Oh, all right.
Wow. No, I really think that Kyler has the most skills. I think that there's things that he can do that neither Cousins nor Darnold could. And I think that could unlock some things for this offense that we haven't seen in Minnesota for a long time, frankly.
Cousins
Frank,
didn't
you want to touch on that with? That is true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Kyler is the official Trade Addicts quarterback. Rocky and I have been on him for a very long time. And the reason for that is all the hate he gets, all the up and down. If you look at the stats, except for last year where he got hurt, he finishes top 12 every darn year. Just look at it. And it's not going to be pretty and it's going to be kind of a ride, but you're going to look down and you're going to have a top 12 quarterback. So if he wins out the job, and obviously Wentz is there now, we're going to have a real old-fashioned QB battle in Minnesota, which should be kind of gross. But I think I like him from a talent perspective and kind of the fit in this offense for sure. This would scare me for the running backs a little bit, though, because I think Kyler could run in a couple on his own.
Yeah, I think they're not done adding to that running back room either as well, unfortunately. As much as I love Jordan Mason, I think they wound up taking somebody in the draft. And I'm with you on Kyler. I like him. I think it all depends on where he goes. If people buy into the hype and that ADP jumps up, I don't know where that line is yet, but the beauty of it is that's why we do this. Brett, if you would like to switch the screen so we can do a little mock drafting. We will give it a start right now. And we are changing it up, guys, because as we saw last week with Michael Penix, things got a little ugly. So I'm not drafting. I'm just going to be kind of keeping things going and commenting. And Brett and I are going to flip-flop and do that every other draft. So Mr. Kyle is not the Pitts, my tag team partner, Ladarius Brown, get the tables, and let's start this mock draft. We are the Dudley boys. He is I'm Devon.
I was literally about to say that.
That's beautiful. So you'll laugh at this. I have people in my professional life who called me Brett the Hitman Hart the entirety of my career working with them because that was the only other Brett they had ever heard of.
Really? That's a pretty common name, I feel like.
I mean, he was a soccer coach, so
okay,
and a British soccer coach. So he was Brett the Hitman Hart. Like, hey, coach,
did you come in wearing? I'm gonna give him a few seconds, and I will.
Esteval, I need to reach out.
Shoot him a DM. But at least it's early enough where
just throw him Chase or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him Jamar Chase here. All right, Shane, on you, my friend. Eric, let me text Eric. And Steven, I don't know if you're watching, but I forgot to text you.
He's on there.
Sorry about that.
He's got a green dot.
I don't know if he's watching, though. So he told me to text him to remind him, and I didn't. So apologize about that. But Shane, let's see what Shane does here. Now, this is every one of these we've done, unsurprisingly, seen Bijan and Gibbs go 1-2. Frank, if you had the 101, who would you go? Would you go with Bijan, or would you be leaning Gibbs?
I would lean Gibbs. I'm not scared of Pacheco. As much as I like Pacheco as a player, I'm not scared of what he does for Gibbs. And I think I'm a little worried of McCaffrey treatment, where he's going to get like 400 carries and have his legs run off. But that shouldn't matter this year. He's still young enough where that's not going to scare me.
Absolutely. Brett, what do you think? What's your take on between them? Yes, it's redraft. I should have mentioned that before. One
Jay,
QB.
are you able to mute the draft room?
It's in the top right.
Don't you want to hear those cool sounds, though?
No, that sounds like a child yelling at me during my. I've had enough of that.
You're used to that by now, right?
As far as Gibbs and Bijan goes, I mean, there's no wrong answer, right? Like for me, it's just set your KDS, for the second overall pick and pray that you get it, right? Like I really don't care who I get of those two, and if I don't have to think about it, I can't be wrong. So
this is an interesting part of the draft. Eric is running late, surprisingly. Shocker. I don't think, is it CD Lamb? Is it Amon Ra? I feel like, honestly, probably after the top three, it's going to get, depends how you feel about CMC. I wouldn't take him here, but
it's Lamb for me, personally.
I think as well.
Jay, I heard somebody last week told me that they would take Kenneth Walker here.
Consider it. I didn't say I would, but yes, I would. I'm all in. There's Eric. Yep. I just texted him. Let me see if I can restart that. There we go. Good.
There it goes.
Nice job. Thank you, Eric, my friend. Yeah, I am. It's on record. I'm not afraid to say it. I think he definitely has the potential to finish as the RB1 in Kansas City, and I would easily consider him after Bijan and Gibbs. And honestly, depends on how feisty I am. I might even, think how things go and how it looks like he's going to be used in the offense. I might even think about taking him over one of those guys. I know it's crazy. I know it's, not consensus, but it's, when I am all in on a guy, I've said it many times, I'm all in, and it's it works out sometimes with my guy Lamar Jackson back there. Doesn't work out sometimes with Laviska Shenault. So,
to clarify one thing, because I forgot this guy existed for a second, I would take Puka over Lamb, because Steven took him after. I would still take Puka over Lamb. And I think Shane wants to change his pick, but Shane, I think you're fine with Barkley at 4, honestly.
Yeah, it's too late.
I don't think it's going to break your draft. Yeah.
We'll give Craig just a minute or two. I guess let's see who's there. We can discuss it. So, and forgot.
This is probably McCaffrey, honestly.
Let's see. Let's go to flex. So, wow, they still have. I don't even know how to pronounce his name anymore. Is it Etienne now, right?
Etienne.
And it's Etienne, Devon Etienne. I would not take him.
I'd take Jonathan Taylor over CMC.
That's fine. Yeah, one of those two for me, probably. It's a preference.
Let's see. Knowing Craig, if I had to guess Craig, I would say he would probably go CMC. Yeah, I feel like because Craig is one of those guys that, if I remember correctly, doesn't buy into the age like I do.
It's but a number.
For me, age isn't the number that I'm worried about. It's the number of touches last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the Saquon Barkley rule that we all applied going into 2025. And I am on the clock.
Wow, Zach. JT fell to you. Right to you at 10.
He did. I would absolutely take Jonathan Taylor here if this was a real draft. But because it's a mock, one of the things that I really wanted to work on coming into today was the 0 running back build. So I am going to take Justin Jefferson here.
I tried this 2 weeks ago and I did not like my team. So I am interested to see where you end up.
Ooh.
Yeah. I told Jay, I was like, I like to do things in mock drafts that I absolutely hate just so that I can confirm that it sucks. Like I just need to see it to know. So that when I go into the drafts in the fall, I know not to do this.
No, that's what it's for, and that's what I think people far too often pay attention to the wrong things in mock drafts and think that that's how their actual drafts are going to go. And it's exactly what you guys were just talking about, trying these different builds and seeing what the teams shake out to be. I think that's perfect. So JT, technically, Devon, Etienne, I guess it doesn't really matter, but Genty went before Jonathan Taylor. That is interesting. Now, I do understand with, shoring up the offensive line, they'll actually have, they won't have the gum chewer as their coach. They'll have a solid quarterback. Well, Geno Smith's solid, but I think they'll be in much better shape without him. What do you think about that move, Frank, going with Genty over Jonathan Taylor there?
I totally get it. I think Taylor and Genty and Etienne and Love, it's all going to be a matter of opinion and preference. I think when you look up, they're all going to be kind of the same. So if you like Genty and you want to root on your favorite players, I always say this is supposed to be fun. Pick the players you want and root for them. So
I love it. I think that, although I don't know if I could do that.
The only thing that would scare me for Genty, by the way, is if they draft someone, because Kubiak doesn't usually run with one running back.
That's fair.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way this year with Kenneth Walker, another guy I was all in on. But I think that's an absolute steal. Honestly, I haven't finished my updated rankings, but right now I'm going to have him as RB3. And I know that's aggressive, but that's just how I feel. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So we have through the first round 2, 4, 6 running backs. 6 and 6. So even on the wide receivers and running backs, I'm not going to say any names, but I'm interested to see when another position or two might start going. We've got 3 teams that are full.
Wow.
Running back. Brett, are you a little nervous now with your running backs going to look like? This is typical, but I feel like this is a little more running back heavy than normal, especially in PPR.
I've still got my eye on at least one in my kind of second tier. I doubt. I'm hoping that the teams that drafted running back the second won't take him again in the third. But
I don't know if you've ever met Shane, but Shane will. And I say that because I love Shane, because that's how I draft. I would too. Can't have too many running backs. But.
No, there's still starting guys here. Like there's still guys that I'm okay with as my running back one available. Now I don't know how much longer that run will last, but
I was going to ask you too. So if you're doing 0 RB, what do you consider 0 RB? Where's that? Are you saying 0 RB? I think you got to at least go 4 rounds with no running back.
I was thinking 4. I was thinking 4, maybe 5. Mm-hmm. Man, it gets dicey. After I'm looking at running backs, just kind of like by a tiered ranking here, and once you get past running back 25, which is like DeAndre Swift, Quinshon Judkins, David Montgomery, it gets pretty dicey. And in that case, if I waited this long, what do I just keep waiting? I guess I don't know. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how long I can wait before I really start to feel uncomfortable with who I get as my RB1.
Were you guys surprised to see Breece Hall go that early?
Yes. Yeah, I would, especially the Jets. If he would wound up somewhere else, I would have taken Brown over him.
I still think he's a top 15 running back. He went as RB14. Yeah, it's early to go second round, but he's still RB14.
I wouldn't say where he went. It's more about who is still available, at least for me. I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Frank, but that's what it is.
No, I would rather have Brown, Bucky, and Kyron over Breece right now.
I'm a well-known Kyron hater, and
I'm on that train as well.
Yeah, but that being said, Breece with the Jets, I think I might rather have Kyron next year. It just
I'm completely scared off of Bucky Irving.
I
saw,
am
and
too,
it
and
could
I'm
have
a
been
big Bucky Irving guy, but man, them going with Kenny Gainwell,
this
that
could have
worries
been
me more
AI
than
slop.
Rashad White ever did.
This could have been AI slop, like social media clickbait garbage, but I saw somewhere that Irving was considering retirement because of mental health issues and like CTE worries and things like that. So I am in wait and see mode with Bucky Irving. Like I said, it could have been clickbait AI nonsense, but it's
we've seen
something to
plenty of
consider.
guys, retire early because of those. Brett, you were on the clock.
Oh
Do you
no,
need
I'm
me?
on the clock.
It was supposed to run smoother without me drafting, Brett. Come on.
You got me.
No, I
running my
think
mouth.
that I hope that's not the case, but he's an incredible talent. But if that's what he feels is best for him, more power to him. It's not us putting our lives on the line, and it's I'm glad that more focus is being put on mental health, especially for men. It's usually stigmatized, but good for Bucky Irving, and it's hard to say, like you said, especially with all the AI slop out there. But even without it, man, like Bucky goes from that top 10 back to honestly with Gainwell there. I think he's more of I don't even know if I'd call him a high end RB2 because he's going to get Brett. You and I talked about it sometime. I don't remember when, but what work is he going to get? He's going to get that ugly, sloppy between the 20s, and then Tucker on the goal line, and then bring in Gainwell for the passing down. So it's
yeah. Oh man, I really messed up that. I should have gone Pickens instead of McMillan. I'm mad at myself.
I thought I muted the sounds. Are you guys still hearing the sounds?
Yes.
No. It's muted. See?
Oh, it might be on my end. Hang on. Sorry.
That's all good.
It's coming through my mic. I lost my train of thought. Oh, they also brought Tucker back, which is gonna take some goal line work away because he was already doing that. So
it's gonna take all the goal line work. Let me see if I can pull it up. I did my first rankings. I broke down the numbers of what it looked like, but when Bucky Irving came back, I literally think he got 0 goal line carries. It was something extreme to that point. Let me pull it up and see if I have those numbers. But got ourselves a little nice wide receiver run here. A couple of tight ends off the board. Our first quarterback, 3-6. So what do you guys want to talk about first? You want to talk quarterbacks? You want to talk tight ends?
I'm on the clock, so I am not going to talk.
I'll talk.
So
I think
Brett,
the tight ends
were
in the right spot, and then Allen probably went a little early, but that's fine.
Brett, did you mean to make that pick?
Yeah,
I know you did. I'm just getting.
I got scared. I got scared of all the running backs going and decided I had to take one. It was for me. It's a race to the flex.
Chickened position. Out of the.
Yeah. This is as zero. This is as close to 0 RB as I intend to get. Like, let's be real. Like,
this is like half RB.
I'm not going to go wide receiver, 0.5
RB.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I think that it's super hard to wait, at least at this part of the season, because like I'm looking at quarterback. Like I literally have a quarterback and a tight end in my queue, and was looking at it and was like, there's too many guys. There's too many guys still available at both positions for me to take one of the onesies. So for me, I'm still going to kind of race to the flex, try to fill that, and then hit the onesies with quarterback and tight end.
Now, honestly, I agree with the thought process. I don't agree with the pick though. I'm kind of out on Harvey especially with J.K. Dobbins coming back. I would have taken Javonte Williams.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah,
I'm not gonna. I don't want to look at the running backs because I don't want to throw names out there on then might mess up the mock, but muddy the waters. But RJ Harvey was not great, Bob, when he had when he had the volume, he was good. He got some touchdowns, but when J.K. Dobbins was there, it was J.K. Dobbins' job because of R.J. Harvey's inefficiency. And I just don't think I don't think he has what it takes to be a high-end fantasy asset.
Yeah, and that's fair. I'm happy with I'm okay with Harvey. I'm not as low on Harvey as it sounds like you guys are, but I agree with you. Now that I'm looking at it, I think Javonte Williams would have been a better pick here. Etienne was already off the board. Henderson had already
pronounced his name correctly.
Beg your pardon?
Can you pronounce his name correctly?
Etienne.
No, did you not see that whole thing with Etienne in New Orleans?
No, I didn't.
He's Etienne now.
He said that the way you're supposed to pronounce his name is Etienne.
He's a
Etienne.
Bayou boy. It doesn't.
Okay,
It doesn't spell
so
right.
it's okay. So
Literally.
Travis Etienne
Yes.
is going to be that running back now. I'm not even going to mess with it.
That was the other big name that Eric just took right there. Honestly, I would have taken Judkins too.
I don't hate that. He's in that same tier discussion for me. There's a couple other guys that actually I'm hoping circle back to me. But I mean, they're for me, they're kind of tiered together.
This is also why we mock draft, because you pivoted right in the middle of the draft. DeAndre Swift's another guy that I would have taken before.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, RJ Harvey, to be fair, it was kind of a panic pick for sure, because my clock was winding down. I had a QB and a tight end in my queue, and I looked at the running backs and said, this is going to get worse before it gets better. I need one, and RJ Harvey was there.
Ooh.
Ladarius,
I was about to call him Kyle. Ladarius, man.
Double tight end there.
A little tight end bully action there. I gotta say,
I took Burden knowing he wouldn't take another tight end or back around.
Yeah, that was
Frank,
not the case.
Frank, are you as high on Colston Loveland as I am? Because I'm on the record as being like, it's McBride, Bowers, and Loveland, and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. So for those who don't know, I am from Chicago. I am a Bears fan, so I am very excited about the Loveland hype. I think it's kind of like where you pick up like the second half and you can stretch it out over the whole season is kind of what you're hoping for. Kmet is still there. I don't think Kmet will be there when the season starts, just based on kind of hearing people talk about it. He's too good of a tight end to just have sitting collecting dust on the bench. So I'm really excited about Loveland, and short of them taking, God, I've seen a mock where they're taking Omar Cooper in the first round, which would drive me bananas because they have so many other needs. But if short of something like that happening, the sky's the limit for Loveland.
Yeah, and Brett, I know you were a huge Loveland fan. I'm gonna say, where is it? There was another pick, 2 picks that I liked. Both. Frank, I love your Terry McLaurin pick where you got him. I said it on a couple weeks ago when we had Jorge. I was in on Terry McLaurin 2 years ago because where you could draft him. I was out last year because of where you had to draft him.
Yep.
And now if you're getting him in the 5th round, I am right back in. That is absolutely that. I mean, him as your 3rd wide receiver, that is the perfect combination to put with a guy like Bird, in case I don't think it's going to be the case, but we've seen guys not living up to the hype.
Yep.
You will be absolutely fine with Olave and McLaurin as your 1-2. Great flex, great bye week. I love that.
I would have been psyched for Loveland in that spot, but I'll take McLaurin.
Now let me ask you, so you'd have no hesitation taking 2 pass catchers from the same offense?
No, because I think they do different things. And I think especially Loveland, he's not gonna do this Pitts thing where he's like way on the outside or anything like that. He's gonna just own the middle of the field and be faster than a lot of the linebackers. So I think they're very different pass catchers. So I'm okay with it.
I always love to get people's opinions on from a fantasy perspective if they mind having pass catchers from the same offense. And Brett, after you pick, I will get your take on that. But that's something that I've had to adjust over time, where I used to be, I don't want 2 players on the same offense. And the way that offenses have evolved, especially in full PPR, not the case anymore. I want the best available player. And if they're going to be on the same offense, then I don't mind whatsoever. Brett, you're about to be back on the clock, but
I'll say before Brett goes, to clarify one thing, I wouldn't take like Lamb and Pickens. I think that's its own. I wouldn't take Waddle and Sutton now. I would to me, it almost always has to be a wide receiver and a tight end, because I think that's 2 different things.
And in my mind, I was thinking, even though I said pass catcher, mine has always been wide receiver and running back. I've always had a really hard time drafting. And then the one year that really changed it for me was I avoided drafting Le'Veon Bell because of AB, and that really blew up in my face. So after that, I'm like, okay, yeah. So, I really like that Rico Dowdle pick, Brett. If they're poo-pooing on your first one, I think he's the best running back in Pittsburgh. I like Jaylen Warren, but I don't think he's one that's going to handle the load by himself. And I think Rico Dowdle could do kind of what he did in Carolina this year.
Yeah, I try to avoid Pittsburgh running back because I'm a Ravens fan. Like, the last thing I want is for Pittsburgh to be running the football and be ahead in games and grinding out clock. I despise it. But looking at the board, he made the most sense. And I agree with you. I think he fits that Steeler identity far more than Jaylen Warren does. And I'm hoping that, frankly, that at least for this draft's purposes, that he can carry the load in Pittsburgh.
No, I think those two, with kind of halfway zero kind of RB, I don't think you're in too bad a shape with Harvey and Dowdle.
I really hate this build so far. I'm not going to lie. I really don't like it.
Well, honestly, the main thing is going to be Jefferson and London. And can London stay healthy? Who's the
who's the
quarterback?
Both his quarterbacks stay healthy?
Right. Can both? Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even realize that.
This whole exercise feels like making chicken salad out of chicken scrap.
This is a family show, sir.
Yeah, it's man, it's tough.
Yeah, it's not great, Bob. That's why I am not an RB truther. But that's why zero RB truther. But that's why we do this, and it can work. It's all the way the board falls, and it's just you get those years where you get a couple of late hits, like 2 years ago with Bucky Irving, and I can't think of another late round running back that hit, but it can. It just
James Robinson.
There you go. James Robinson. A couple years ago, you were able to get Ramondre. Honestly, this year too, Ramondre Stevenson. There's definitely examples that it can work. It's just
the Titans guys. Both of them usually go pretty late if you like one or the other.
I'm super excited, and I know this is probably not the time to say it when I've got 11 other people listening to what I want, but I'm really excited about Jonathan Brooks in Carolina. I think that that could be a sneaky late round snipe to bolster your running back room.
I don't know if I have it over here or not, but I've been slowly collecting Jonathan Brooks rookie cards because they've been super cheap lately. So I'm with you. You were the one that kind of piqued my interest. I was in on them last year, and then I guess I kind of forgot about them. And I saw somebody talking about today with who was it that signed in Carolina today? It was another. Let me see. I know they signed a running.
Dalton was traded.
What's that?
Dalton was traded.
Dalton was traded. I didn't even see that.
He was traded
Andy
to Philly.
Dalton to the Eagles.
Really?
Which means McKee's probably getting moved somewhere, so they can get.
Yeah, which I want to see, man. I've been super impressed with his preseason stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they signed AJ Dillon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Remember, he's in great shape, or whatever the stupid tweet was. Isn't that what Jordan Schultz says? Like, the Panthers signed AJ Dillon, and as they said, he's in great shape. It's like, well, why did you have to say it?
Exactly. But I saw somebody retweet that and say something like, "This has to be great news for Chuba," and I'm like, honestly, no. I'm with you, Brett. I think it's great news for Jonathan Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm just not. I think Chuba's fine, but similar to so many others, like Jaylen Warren, like he's going to put up. I mean, we saw what he did the second half of 2 years ago, and he started the season pretty hot too. I was eating some crow, but we saw what he is. I don't think he can handle, he can have those stretches of RB1 production, but I don't think he has what it takes to be that top 10, top 15 running back for fantasy for long periods of time.
Jay, can I ask you a question while we're going through here? I'm circling back to round 5, and you liked McLaurin. I was between him and Waddle, who went 2 picks later. So who would you have taken at that spot?
I probably would have went with McLaurin. And the only thing is, I trust the talent. Jalen Waddle's been a guy that I've been in on year after year. I think he's talent-wise, arguably a top 6 wide receiver in the league, pure talent. But that offense, man, I can't trust what he's going to do there, especially with Sean Payton, who would be the guy to trade for Jalen Waddle just to not use him, just to spite us
2
all.
catches for 30 yards. Yep.
Exactly. So, and there, I mean, I love it. I think Denver's going to be one of those situations with the pass game where give me the cake and not the icing. So give me Bo Nix, and it's just if I can get Waddle. I mean, Waddle at 5 is not bad. I am more than happy with that, but I just think it's going to be one of those situations that's going to be really tricky, and I would rather avoid if possible. Like I don't mind Waddle, and I'm interested to see, has Sutton gone yet?
Doesn't look like it. It looks like there's a big teardrop after Waddle too, right? Harrison Thomas, maybe not Odunze, but like that drop off from him.
I feel like the drop off is after Odunze because I still don't. I still believe in Harrison. Well, no, Brian Thomas. As much as I love him, if he's in a Jaguars uniform,
off the board yet?
Who?
Jacoby Myers. Like I see 2 Jacksonville wide receivers on the board, and I don't see Jacoby Myers.
Who's going to be the number 1? Probably.
That is interesting, and that's another situation where
that could be. I was going to say he's right.
I want whoever's going last. Did he already go?
Yeah. No, he's in the board. I see him.
Is it? It's not a sleeper ADP issue, is it?
No, he's sitting right there. If you sort by points, he's the 2nd wide receiver on the list.
Well, let me draft him then.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think between those 3, that's going to be a situation where I'm going to take whoever is last, and it's because I think all 3 guys are extremely talented. And hey, Brett, how many PJ Washington cards are you up to now?
I have 3 PJ Washington signatures. I like him, or Parker Washington. Is he still? Was he ever PJ? PJ played for the Mavericks.
Dude, I'm old, and I can barely remember what time.
Parker Washington, I scooped up like week 16, week 17 when I saw he was getting a bigger role. I was like, okay, like let's get some $5 to $10 autos and see if they jump in value. But we'll see.
We've got some rookies coming off the board, and I know it's hard to draft them with not knowing where they're going to land because their values could change so drastically. Brett, you know what? We're not going to start with you first. We're going to start with Frank. Are there any rookies outside of the Loves and the other bigger names that you are higher on than you just that you like for fantasy purposes?
Casey Concepcion is my guy outside of. I think we talked about him on the show. I think people watch the wrong tape with him. I think they watch the A&M tape where he gets a little bit lost, and you need to go watch the NC State tape where he was the number 1 guy and basically put that offense on his back. So I think he's great. I'm not worried about this. I'm not worried about this knee drainage thing he's got going on or whatever they were doing with him. He's been mocked to Buffalo a lot. He'd be to the moon for me if that's where he ends up. Sorry, Shane.
Brett, how about your and I'm with you. It's I did rookie rank for the first time with Jeremy. I love you, Jeremy, but I gave you a little. What's his team build look like before? What does he need?
A quarterback. He drafts Michael Penix Jr.
Okay, Michael Penix Jr. is. No, I'm just playing. Let me change that real quick. Steve, hold on. Don't pick.
Everyone stop.
Let's see.
Bruce Miller.
Stop drafting.
Addison. It's fine.
Addison.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Okay, I was gonna say he doesn't have Jefferson.
Oh, Eric, come on, man.
Concepcion is my man crush rookie wide receiver of this season so far. I am not a college football watcher, so it usually takes me longer to get in on guys. And for the first time, I did rookie ranks and really watched film and looked at things. And man, I feel like he can play that Cooper Kupp type role in just about any West Coast offense. And he can go in so many different spots and be able to contribute from day one. And I think the best thing is you're not going to have to pay that cost that you will for the Carnell Tates and all the other Tyson and I do have Mekhi Lemon as my wide receiver 1, but I know that's somewhat controversial. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Who's your wide receiver 1? Let's say 1, 2, 3 for rookie wide receivers coming in, not knowing their landing spot. I know that could definitely change things.
Tate, Tyson, Lemon, I think, in that order.
I'm super high on Carnell Tate, just from what I've seen. Lemon is someone who I've heard described as Amon-Ra St. Brown 2.0. I have not watched any tape or anything like that, so I don't know if that's true or not. And then after that, I'll be honest, I'm not that familiar. Concepcion, like really the analysis that y'all gave me on Concepcion, like sounds great. Like give him to me. But last time there was a first round wide receiver with the initials KC, he ended up in Buffalo and didn't go so well.
I have a type when it comes to my rookie wide receiver man crush, and I think he can be everything that I thought Laviska Shenault was going to be. So maybe, did I just curse him? Possibly. I don't know.
Probably.
We'll have to see. But no, I just like it. I mean, Swiss Army knife is so overused, but he can line up anywhere on the field, and his after the catch ability is like no other. It's just, I'm excited to see where he lands.
For what it's worth, Jay, I thought Antonio Gibson was going to be that, and I'm kind of stuck in the same boat.
We all have multiple. I was gonna say we all have one, but we all have multiple guys that we were just all in on, and it was so wrong. But you know what? I lean into it, and I am now collecting Laviska Shenault cards. So it's just they're cheap. I can get good ones for cheap. So shout out to Teddy, who he doesn't remember, but he's the reason I started that, because we were value box shopping, and oh yes, Preston Williams. That's another one too, Shane. But we were looking and found some Shenault cards. He's like, you have to get those. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, they're 50 cents. I have to get those. And
that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, Preston Williams was another one. I was big on Devontae Parker.
Who's the Notre Dame guy? The big one. That's Herms's dude.
Chase Claypool?
No. Malachi something. Fields. Malachi Fields.
Yeah.
I think is his name. That's Herms's guy. Friend of all shows. Herms.
Friend of all.
All, yeah.
Friend of all. I love
that's
Herms.
his
I haven't
dude
talked
this
to him
year.
in a while. I need to text him. I have Fields pretty high. I have him 14 overall and wide receiver 7.
Sorry, I name dropped Chase Claypool. I thought we were still talking 2020 wide receivers. My bad.
Yeah, now that's a name I've not heard in a long, long time.
You said and big and Notre Dame, and that's the first name that came to mind.
That's true. Before we realized that I was not going to draft, when Brett and I were talking, I was going to say I was going to go quarterback early just to mix things up. And there's a reason why I did not. And the reason why I don't draft quarterbacks early in 1QB leagues, because Trevor Lawrence in the 9th, Frank, you getting Jaden Daniels in the
Herbert's
6th.
Still there.
I mean, yeah, like it's
Dart.
Let's see. I'll pull it up.
I don't know who K. Ruth is,
Michael
but it's
Penix.
bold.
I mean,
it's bold taking Shuck over Herbert, Dart, and Caleb.
Yeah, and I'd take Nix.
Purdy.
I'd take Purdy. I'd take Goff.
There's one name on that list that I wouldn't take.
We got a certified hater of Brock Purdy and Brett, but
oh, good. My next victim. I've been the Brock Purdy stand for years.
He is wonderful in the San Francisco offense.
Yeah. Oh well, that's fine. He's going to be in that for a while. So
that's okay. Fair.
That was his take. It was more of he's the definition of a system quarterback.
Yes. No. That's the argument, and I get it. And as long as he's in San Francisco, I am happy as can be.
I think Zach just had the pick of the draft here, getting Herbert in the 10th round. I mean, shout out Zach. He's in my it started out as a SFB. What year was it? The restaurants, was it 3 years ago? We were in the Krusty Burger division a few years ago, and that was by far the most fun I've had in a Scott Fish Bowl season. And a bunch of us.
Speaking of which, go get the merch. New merch is out.
There you go.
Ooh.
There you go. and we decided to make a best ball dynasty league. And it's not there's I'd say about 8 of the originals, but it's getting Justin Herbert that late. I would take him honestly. Let me make a pick for him here.
He needs
does he have a quarterback?
nothing. Just give him best available. He doesn't need anything.
Okay, I want to make sure he had a quarterback. Let's see. You get Khalil Shakir. I would take Herbert over Shuck. At this point, I'd take him over Holmes. Lawrence. That's really a toss-up. I guess it's not that bad. I would take. Man, I'm so torn on Dak. Like, I know he's got CD Lamb.
Burrow is wild, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that.
It's so interesting to see how people draft without scripted ADP, right? Like, that's one thing I've noticed with Sleeper. Yeah. We've done 3 drafts in the past 6 weeks or so, and not having that ADP tool to remind you, not necessarily to go by, but just to remind you, like, oh, Joe Burrow is still on the board.
Right.
Like, it's so difficult.
My home league is an auction league, and Shane and Teddy are actually both in it. And I started a few years ago where we used to just do it. We started just pen and paper, and then now that Sleeper does auction, we started using Sleeper, and I go alphabetically. I think you shouldn't get the benefit. Like, figure out who you want and find them and draft them. It's so much harder, and it's so much fun. Yeah, there's always that guy that just falls through and people forget about.
Yep.
I love that, man. I that's one league format that I'm not in yet that I am desperate to find a decent league for.
By far my favorite format to play in. No question.
Everybody gets a shot at every player. It's the best format.
Exactly. Frank, I love your 11th round pick. I love your team. But I love the Wan'Dale Robinson pick. Now, I wouldn't pay what Tennessee paid for him, but I would gladly pay a 8th round?
8th rounder. Yep.
He's going to be the security blanket for Cam Ward, and I'm excited for Cam Ward with Brian Daboll. Now, just don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not going to reach for Cam Ward, but if you wait on quarterback and go Cam Ward and like a Jared Goff, maybe something along those lines. I think he can. We saw at the end of last year that he started to put it together and they let him uncork it a little bit and go downfield a little more. And I mean, look what Daniel Jones was able to do. Look what the Giants had at quarterback, and they were able to do with Brian Daboll. So I'm excited for the Tennessee offense, surprisingly.
Do you want Love on the Commanders or the Titans? Jeremiah Love. That's kind of them and the Giants, and I know you don't want the Giants from speaking to you. So
no,
where would you
Commanders,
rather have
please? Commanders, please.
With all those heads, they signed Jerome Ford and White and Bill and
but I don't want him to take away from Jaden Daniels rushing touchdowns. Is the only thing. But no, I think the Commanders. I fear, unfortunately, that he is going to be on the Giants, and it's not that I don't want the talent. I just.
Why would the Giants
not learned?
Is he really linked to the Giants?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Have you ever heard of their head coach by any chance?
Yeah,
but run the ball a lot. We have so many other needs. I hope we don't. I really don't. I mean, we've got capable 2s and 3s with Tracy and Singletary. I hope not. I really hope not. But yeah, I've heard it more and more.
You don't need Maugoa anymore.
Yeah.
Well, is there a more hated player on the New York Giants than Evan Neal? It's got to be up there.
No, not right now. He's definitely taken over the
especially after the burger flipping comment and all that stuff like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. He is the Daniel Falele of the New York Giants.
He's the current generation's Eric Flowers, basically.
I was just about to ask his name, the Miami guy, right? Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. I'll never. But that actually went pretty quick. I am well done, everybody. Even though we had a couple of, so definitely much smoother. I definitely think we'll have one of us not drafting unless we have to in the future. But we do have some time to take a look at the board. Mr. Halfway 0 RB, how do you feel about your team?
I don't like it. I even like a hero running back build would have felt so much better here. Like if I would have taken Taylor at 10 overall, Jonathan Taylor, and then been able to swing back for an elite, I'd still get an elite wide receiver in either, Jefferson or London on the wraparound. And then from there, I think it would have leveled things out. Like
You would have gotten
been
AJ in the fourth instead of
I was
Harvey.
about to say,
I wouldn't have panic picked RJ Harvey in the fourth. I wouldn't have had to settle for Ramondre Stevenson in the seventh. I could have taken shots on a round 4, round 5 Colston Loveland instead, or actually that probably would have been the move if he was still available, is taking Colston Loveland in the fourth with a running back already on my roster. That's probably what I would have ended up doing because he was in my queue.
I'm with Jay. If you had done Jefferson and London and switched those two, Etienne, I guess Etienne would have been gone, but
I think the next round, even if you go Jefferson and London, in the third take Etienne / Etienne, and then in the fourth get AJ Brown, Jefferson, London, AJ Brown, and Etienne as your number one.
Yeah.
But Etienne was off the board before I got a pick.
I was going to say he can't do that. It was going the other way.
I looked at it backwards.
So, I mean...
Javonte or someone up there. Yeah.
Even then...
Or Pickens. Pickens, I know you wanted Pickens, but...
Yeah, I picked McMillan and didn't see Pickens. An ADP casualty, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you'll be fine. I think they're in the same tier.
I'm not mad at it. Like those 3 wide receivers are going to have to carry me though, because the running backs are hit or miss unless Brooks pops. You know what I mean? Like I need a late round running back to pop in this kind of build.
Very.
Well, you got some value, Ramondre Stevenson. As much as I'm a big Travion Henderson guy, like Stevenson's a fine RB2.
It felt like chasing the rest of the draft. I'll be honest with you. I felt like I was chasing the draft the entire time.
Yep. I pulled up my 0 RB team if you want to compare from when I did 2 weeks ago.
Let's hear it.
So I had Lamb, McBride, AJ, Lamar, McLaurin, Evans before I did anything at running back. So the first 6 rounds. My running backs, prepare for this: Trey Benson, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason, and Mike Washington to close out the draft. It gets bad really fast, guys.
Bad really fast.
Because instead of after I took Evans, Montgomery and Hubbard went, and that would have fixed it probably.
If we wouldn't have seen Rashad, was it Rashad White went to Arizona? Who knows? Tyler Algier.
Tyler.
Yes.
Yep.
If he wouldn't have went to Arizona, I wouldn't have minded as much because I believe in the talent of Trey Benson, but it's going to be
this
ugly
was before
usage
free agency, I think. This draft was when I was in 2 weeks ago. So
that's why we keep doing this for 2 weeks or so to see how those values change. And the rumor of did the trade happen? They talk about maybe AJ Brown to the Patriots.
It's close, it seems like, but the guy Sleeper needs. By the way, Sleeper, be better. You ran with a story from a guy who had 9 followers. Be better.
It's a dog, right?
It was like Ricky Info or something like that.
Right.
Be better, Sleeper.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah. So I think it's eventually going to happen. I tell you what, if he does, it's giving me vibes again of Randy Moss going to the Patriots, where people forget how good this guy is because of the situation. Like he's been great in Philadelphia, but he could be much better for fantasy purposes. And man, that was one magical season from a fantasy perspective for Randy Moss. And the Giants won the Super Bowl that year, so that made it even better. But
who was the wide receiver 2 on that team? Because I'm wondering if Dubs is that level of talent.
Rob Gronkowski.
Well, yeah, okay, fine, but and then Hernandez was the wide receiver 3. So
right?
I guess it's a little.
Bit Wes Welker was on that team.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
did they have Dante Stallworth at that time?
I'm trying to figure it out. It's not sorting right. Welker, Dante Stallworth, Randy Moss, Jabbar Gaffney, and Troy Brown. So
Jabbar Gaffney. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
And then they had Ben Watson. They did not have Gronk on this team.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
that was before.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the 2 wide receivers, to Jay's point, were Welker and Moss. Perfect. If that's what you're selling me is what Dubs and AJ are going to be, where do I sign?
Absolutely. Was Ben Jarvis Greenhouse there at that time? Trying to remember all these old names.
Lawrence Maroney, Kevin Falk.
Lawrence Maroney.
That was
Wow.
pre-Woodhead. That was
Wow.
pre-Woodhead era.
This is 07. I mean, this is a long time ago. Vrabel and
Say
Brewski
that.
were the
Because I graduated in 05, so that makes me feel really old.
Vrabel and Brewski were the linebackers. Vince Wilfork and Richard Seymour were on the defensive line.
Jeez. Yeah, Teddy Bruschi was, I remember because Teddy Bruschi and Junior Seau were hugging, and then you see the picture of them face flat in the grass after Plaxico came down with that game-winning Teddy.
You had to get it in there, didn't you? You had to get a Giants quip in there.
I did, absolutely. Hey, it's been a long time now. I think we're on the upswing finally, but it's been a long time. That's the last
It's true.
2-3 years that I could say anything positive about the franchise. So
Giants Bears
I've used
NFC Championship. Jay, I'll see you there.
What's that? Yeah, I like
Giants
it.
Bears
Oh
NFC
man,
Championship. Yeah,
that would be such a good game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Shane was 12, and Shane, I love you. That being said, Brett, if you want to go ahead and bring us back up before we head out of here, Frank, why don't you once again tell people where they can find you, what you're working on, and thank you for spending this evening with us, Mock Draft.
Of course. I love talking ball, so anytime you guys need someone, I'll come on. But Trade Addicts Podcast, you can find it anywhere you get your podcasts. Tomorrow, r/Dynasty FF on Reddit. We will be doing a Dynasty AMA. It'll be myself, Rocky, Russ Fisher, Tommy Blair, and Zach Reed is a maybe right now, but we're gonna answer all things trades. I know all things trades. Zach will come on and give you some rookie advice, hopefully. And we have Russ Fisher, who literally created trading content. So I mean, I don't know what else you could need. So come join us tomorrow. And thank you guys for having me. It's been great.
Of course, man. I appreciate you. And also, Russ is a great hugger as well. I mentioned Alfredo is a great hugger. Russ, he might give him a run for his money for the 101 of huggers. But Brett,
Joey Wright's up there too.
Yeah. Listen, we don't talk about Joey Wright. Brett, I love Joey. He's one of my best friends. What do you have? What are you working on? I know we have the when's the last time you updated? Has there been any big moves since your last update to the free agent article that we have up at QBlist.com?
From the top 25 free agents, no, I really haven't seen anything. A lot of trade movement. But really the Kyler Murray signing was kind of the last thing as far as fantasy relevant skill players. Still waiting on guys like Jawan Jennings to find a home. So that will be updated throughout the offseason. In the meantime, you can find me here recording with Jay and Frank and whoever else jumps on the show. You can find me at Fade That Man on Twitter. And then, of course, in the QB List and Pitcher List Discord, very active in both of those. And then Hacks and Jacks podcast with Scott Chu on the Pitcher List side of things. I've got a weekly column on the Pitcher List side of things. And, by the way, I'm on the clock in our reliever league draft where it's literally just 10 teams with 10 relief pitchers. And that's the entire roster. I'm just a fantasy sicko at this point.
Because I'm the
opening day is next week, right?
Exactly a week from today. It will be the Yankees and the Giants.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, with that being said, if you do play fantasy baseball, head on over to our big sister site, Brett. Is that what we
I mean, you call it head over to Nick's place.
Yeah, head over to Nick's place at Pitcher List. They got amazing talent, amazing everything over there. We do have, who was it? Adam Nordelli just dropped last week a Rookies to Know article with Carnell Tate. I dropped my top 40 rookie rankings. Next week, I will be dropping. Actually, it's been a long time since I don't know if we've ever had Dynasty content. I'll be dropping a Dynasty trade, Dynasty moves to make type article, moves you need to make before the NFL draft. And there will be a name on there that's going to surprise you who I have on there.
Laviska Shenault.
No, yes, no, because everybody knows he's in buys always.
Yeah.
But also, next week I will be dropping the week after that my updated rankings, full rankings, including all the rookies as well. So that is going to be it. Unless, gentlemen, do you have anything else you would like to bring up? Any? Right?
Just want to say that, highly endorse the pitcher list and QB list communities, like best fantasy football and fantasy baseball communities that I've ever been a part of. Just a wholesome group of good people who are good at what they do and super passionate about it. So I'm thrilled to be a part of it and can't get out of here without restating it, because I feel like I talk about it all the time. It's an amazing community to be a part of, and I'm happy to be a part of it and continue building it.
No, I think you couldn't have said it better. And one of the things that really attracted me to come over to QB List was it's all about positivity. We can talk junk and razz each other like friends do, but it's all about it's the anti-bro culture, and I absolutely love it. It's good people, like talking ball with your boys, and it's pretty much what it is. And that's why, Frank, you fit in so well coming on the show, because that's the type of people that you guys are, and that's the type of guy that you are as well.
I had to follow Alfredo, who's like the smartest and most handsome guy in the industry, and you had me next.
And the best, second best hugger. I don't tell Alfredo. I think I might give. Yeah, I think the number one hugger has to go to Russ, right? Like
Alfredo might agree with you. Actually, I think
that's true.
That hug would break the world if the two of them hugged each other.
Oh man, mate, you know what?
Stop time.
You know what? We need to arrange that.
Yeah.
I'm going to record.
Canton 2026, they're going to hug each other.
I would like to be the meat in that hug. All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. Have a good night, everybody.